Drake just clapped back at Kendrick Lamar again.
After Drake just released 2 new songs in the form of features on Camila Cabello's new album,
Just reacted to that.
I think it's safe to say that the cycle is now complete. And after an array of weird songs that displayed to us that Drake is having an identity crisis.
Facts! That is and shout out to the homies over at Hip Hop. Fantastic Hip Hop. Oh, just a YouTube goat putting it together. But, man, there's something that's been going on in the industry, in the music industry, that nobody will call out, but Queso's here to call it out. Carisha Please winning the podcast of the year. Ice Spice, Lotto, even though I like Black on Black Suburbans, we put a little lights under. All of the city girls at JT. The era of dudes making their side pieces into, like, entertainers, and we're supposed to just act like we don't know that this is just a sexual favor sonically, has ended. Stop playing our freak out. Drake, nobody wanted to hear that song with Camila Cabello. That's why with Capricorn Cabello, nigga, you 150? It debuted at 150 on billboards.
Weird songs that display to us that Drake is having an identity crisis. He finally found some sort of footing to stand on musically at the moment, but this is no longer by being one of the most overly confident rappers that we have ever seen, like before the Kendrick beef, but it's now by just being a full-on pop star. And after Kendrick Lamar clearly laid out that he likes Drake with the melodies and not when he acts tough on Euphoria. If the embarrassing moments of
are we quick to jump on that though? Because no, we're not actually. I wanted to play devil's advocate, but it's like Drake has given us 5 whack releases: Wagwan Delilah, the Sexy Red, and the Camila Cabello. Okay, four.
Wagwan Delilah and You My Everything were not damaging enough in terms of cementing Drake's defeat and just showing the world how quickly the wrath of Kendrick Lamar can make somebody go from being as cocky to as lost as ever. This moment will cement everything, because between the way that Drake has come back outside in preparation for these new tracks, to ultimately how they will end up being his biggest moments in this post-beef era.
I also will say, like we used to say it at the lunch table, that if somebody slaps you, just go ahead and knuckle up, because nothing you do now, you're not going to look crazy. Even if you knuckle up. So like, damn, that nigga slapped you so hard, you sat down. Damn, that nigga slapped you so hard, you stood up. Damn, that nigga slapped you so hard, you won't talk no more. You talk too much, nigga go, damn, you wasn't talking like this when he was slapping you upside the head. So I say all that to say, what could Drake have done? If Drake doesn't release music, we were going to say, yo, Drake, oh, it's over for you, man. You got to go hiding. If he drops music, we say it's whack, which has been whack. I'm not even doing that. But what could he have on? Let's be fair. What could he have done? Niggas was not going to let him make it. No way.
His career and solidify his reputation in this current moment. All in all, in a time where Kendrick Lamar is having another victory lap off the momentum of his pop-out concert and Not Like Us video shoot.
Eliminate distractions in your photos.
I think what Kendrick Lamar also did was transition this moment, like, and it's masterful. He transitioned away from this beef at the right time. He soaked up all the clout tokens he could, and then he pivoted it into a rollout of either going to be his next album, whether it just be the unification of the West Coast that he's attempting to do, whatever it be, that it now looks like Drake was the sacrificial lamb for a bigger thing, opposed to Drake, who looks like the nigga who is trying to convince the whole school he didn't get beat up. Nigga, everybody know I got a bad hip.
It's not necessarily helping his case. Now, before we can get into these new tracks from Drake and what they are doing on Impact, we need to quickly look at how Drake has responded to Kendrick Lamar's pop-out concert, which did immortalize that Kendrick is the clear winner of this beef, as the entire rap game celebrated him like few other rappers ever have.
Bro, I was at the pop-out. You know what I'm saying? I was there with Don Cheadle, nigga. Not necessarily with him, but my seats were better than his. And if you don't believe me, go join the Patreon. Y'all see Don Cheadle behind me. Anyways, I've never seen other artists sing a nigga song like it was theirs the way that niggas was singing Not Like Us. Bro, I'm talking about, you would have thought Russell Westbrook just got out the feds to this joint. Like, Russ was, even though he ain't a rapper, that nigga would have. You think the Bay gonna let you disrespect Pac, nigga? Oh, shout out to the Bay.
Drake has responded. It's clear that this massive moment struck a nerve with him because from the cryptic story posts that have been trying to create some sort of buzz around his name, despite the barrage of rappers we just found out absolutely despise him. It's clear that with weird story post after weird story post, Drake has been trying to get any sort of point on the board that he can through any means possible right now, and even further than just some of the cringy self.
And a lot of people are going, why did YG diss Drake on Weirdo or Weird? Why does YG hate Drake? That's how I know, like, the internet is more popular than outside. And when I say that, that means people haven't experienced things through real life, and then now told you about it on the internet. They're experiencing things through the internet and telling people in real life about it. If you know how things work, if I live in the same city as you and we have problems, right? And I don't know if everybody in this world moves heavy, but let's just say we move heavy. That means we got people who love us, who will ride for us. Both of us do. Do you know what kind of danger we just create to our city if we go at it? What happens if a person from out of the city, from out of the country, technically is pulling the strings on that? Now me and you into it. You know who really banging said, my nigga, YG, you don't, you're trying to pick side. It's not going to work. It worked on Philly. It ain't work on the West Coast. And that's why I respect these West Coast niggas. I told you, nigga, and as a down south nigga, you West Coast niggas, this is your summer. I'm giving that to the West. They winning right now.
Selfies and random pictures that are hinting at something.
Matter of fact,
really turned a lot of.
Can I get a W for the W in the chat? That's W4W in the chat. W4W. Come on.
Was when Drake voted on a poll this week about which diss tracks were the best during the feud between him and.
$150,000 says that nigga voted for Family Matters.
Kendrick, and according to the user's poll, who is called the Good Rap Page, which shout out to him, Drake voted for Not Like Us, but beyond Drake actually admitting defeat on an Instagram poll. At the end of the day, what matters most and what will be judged the most importantly is what goes on behind the microphone.
You said that little nigga had his fingernails painted? You thought these niggas, come on, these real gangbanging niggas, you over here painting your fingernails. You never stood a chance.
So with these two new songs, after a period where Kendrick Lamar just united what feels like the entire genre behind him and everything he has stood for this
rap
year,
is alive,
how does
man.
Drake respond? Does he show that despite what feels like a genre and reputation that is collapsing more and more with every single moment, that he is still not going to go down without a fight?
And I respect
or does he only manage to let everything continue to crumble on him even more? And in typical Drake fashion in this era, you probably guessed it. He is only further destroying his credibility within the hip-hop space because this...
And it's like, the one thing is like, as a person who grew up in the Drake era, you know, really came to my own in them years. That's me graduating high school, middle school, elementary, really everything. The niggas had such a long run, him and LeBron. I remember when Drake said that he has to hide behind Chubb's shoulder just to hit the push-up. Because sponsorship dollars is sky high. They be like, Drake, would you please quit smoking a lot of Chubbs? Why try? I'm a thug. I'm a die high. Think about what Drake was saying in that verse. He is in a place where he has to hide the fact that he smokes the Zah. That's a pop star, cuz. That's a pop star. Hey, guys, everyone who's watching me on YouTube, if you figured out that I blew that Zaza with you, would you be shocked? Would you care? Would you unsubscribe? Would you unlike this video? Hit the thumbs up button, try to get this bitch to 1,000? No, I'm not a pop star. Nigga, I'm a fucking felon. I'm a nigga where when a lot of my subs met me, well, I guess I'm bigger now, but like when a lot of people met me, nigga, I was on house arrest, on federal probation. Nigga, I got raided by the feds as an NBA live streamer. So not gonna be shocked. I don't have to hide behind Shorty's shoulder just to hit the cush up. I'm not a pop star. But that's who you are to me, Drake. So it do be hard now that you trying to like turn into the next Pac.
Song is just proving that everything Kendrick Lamar did against him worked, and he really got Drake to step out of the hip-hop space as a whole for the time being. And now if Drake maybe came with a melodically driven hit song that was as infectious as something like One,
you start going to them Kardashian parties having threesomes with Lamar Odom and Tristan Thompson. That be the thing about them Hollywood parties, nigga. You go, you think you about to have a Kardashian threesome? Nigga, you think you might have Chloe, you might have Kendall, you might have Courtney. Damn, these nigga, I'm in here trying to like, which one is Caitlyn? At the mom, the first mom, you might have her on some freaky shit. What you really gonna have is the Caitlyn, Bruce, Lamar, Tristan Thompson, and Travis Scott. You like, nigga, this is not what I signed up for. But by the time that Pink Molly settles in, you're not gonna remember nothing.
One dance, maybe the conversation could start to shift, and Drake could really set the precedent that despite getting a loss handed to him, he can still release undeniable hits that you cannot deny their greatness. Both of these tracks fall short of any of these expectations, and in all honesty, these songs aren't just a miss, but they sound like cuts that are serving as a direct extension from Drake's most polarizing and panned album, which was, of course, honestly, Nevermind. So with the major song in this bunch, which is titled Hot Uptown, this is the cut that was designed to be the massive hit with Drake and Camila Cabello going back and forth over an up-tempo dance beat, and while in a vacuum, this is a decent track that you can throw on.
And it's like, bro, Drake, we've seen you go back and forth on an up-tempo, even though it's Afro, dance hall, let's call it pop song, on Work with Rihanna. Nigga, you thought we were gonna give a damn about Cambrillo Crispies? Nigga, that was Drake and Cambrillo Crispies. Nigga, nobody was trying to hear that.
And it will definitely give you some good vibes. This song offers absolutely nothing at all that you'd call genuinely special, and just gets by from doing the absolute bare minimum and playing to the most simple of conventions when it comes to what makes a palatable song to throw on a speaker or in a clothing store. And if this is the bar, then great, Drake succeeded. But if this song is trying to be a statement and even an answer back to Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us, which has become the song of the summer at this point, and if this track is trying to remind us not just to greater
the homie is spitting right now. The homie is, let me thumbs this video up, is spitting right now, because that's facts. Now, if you know anything about marketing and how this shit works, it's like, yeah, the label can get you to be played in Target. It's like, if you hear songs like, I don't want them whips and chains, that's one of those songs that you hear, any song you hear, but never in a place where people have control, you know what's going on there. So I heard that Jack Harlow song on I'm Vanilla Baby, on commercials and all that shit. Nigga, I go to the club. Nigga, I be hanging out with folks. I be, we go to the lake, we go to little parties, we go to all this dumb shit where people play songs, right? I never heard that song. Target? Oh, they gonna let that bitch go, though. You walk, I ain't want no, because they know what it is. So he's saying, if you want a Target hit, alright, we're gonna start calling them hoes Target hits. If you want a Target hit, you did that. But if you want something to really shake the culture, bro, the mark's all the way up here, nigga, and you missed it. You missed it.
Audiences, but to the entire hip-hop community especially, that Drake really is this undeniable force that should be in the conversation with somebody like Kendrick at all. Unless we determine greatness by whose music would play the best at Target, this song fails.
Put my shades on, nigga. We on some fucking cool shit, man. Oh, this is my merch shirt, too. Go grab your account of that, man. Nigga, I told you that's a Target hit. Nigga, in case I don't know it's Target. Where y'all think I get my black tees from? I grab a Target black tee. Although the quality has been dropping, Target. If somebody's watching this shit, sometimes you put on y'all black tees, now you can't tell the front from the back. That ain't no good black tee. I need to...
Unless we determine greatness by whose music would play the best at Target, this song fails on all fronts, and with the other cut ugly. This is nothing but an interlude from Drake, which just features his whining singing, which has him talking about the same old tired topics about how he loves a girl, she doesn't love him back, and that it is making this almost 40-year-old man sad that he can't find something within these superficial relationships. And again, with this being the best that you have to offer at this moment in time, especially after you were just called out for being so immature despite your age. It really just proves that Kendrick never has to do anything in this beef again if he does not want to, and that he needs to be dismissed from the conversation about what is going on with
48 Laws of Power tell you to just let it go. He already won. If I was Kendrick, I wouldn't keep going back. Like, the content creator in me, the hip-hop fan in me, keep coming, keep cooking, keep giving us more moments, but the strategic mind that I have goes, nah, because this is how I mess up. Nigga, if I've knocked you out, I'm not going to stay here. I always tell my homies, if we get into a fight at the club, listen, and I want y'all to really hear this. If you ever get into a fight in the club and you win or lose, but especially if you win, you do not congregate. Let me use layman's terms. You don't stand outside of the club after. Because when he wakes up, he's going to get something from the trunk. And your victory is going to turn into a funeral. A travesty. Everything. They're going. So you got to know, you knock dude out. We gotta go. We gotta leave this whole shit. I'm not standing here to look tough in front of the club so the hoes say, hey, I'm not doing that, man. For somebody, nigga, no.
Drake as a whole right now, because Drake is bringing all of these problems onto himself as he is trying to get away with the absolute bare minimum and is moving in directions that are only further validating the biggest disses that Kendrick threw his way. When we look at it from this angle, in all honesty, it's a perfect fit that Drake decided to drop off not one but two features on this very album, because just like Camila Cabello, Drake is an artist who is trying to desperately search for an identity at the moment, and both are just failing to capture any of the magic that their older music had to their respective audiences as they step further and further away from what made
Why
them
you gotta
special
do Drake like that?
And now, while this is only further dampering Drake's abysmal musical batting average this year with a few
I'm not
songs
gonna lie, Camila Cabello is getting cooked so much by just like osmosis. You shouldn't be this close to this nigga Drake right now, man.
That just sound like a step up from the just laughable majority of cuts on Honestly Nevermind. The timing of a song coming out like this right now is horrible, and the optics of it all is just terrible, because after Kendrick Lamar showed off that he is the sheer embodiment of hip-hop as he brought unification into the genre like few other rappers ever had, Drake is running away from rap as a whole and is now just hopping on generic trends with pop artists? I mean, when we look at all of this in conjunction, with each passing week, moments like these are only making Kendrick's words age better and better, and are really turning a song like Euphoria into this immortal piece of music that, beyond being one of the best rapping displays the genre has seen in a very long time, served as this breakdown of Drake that's only seeming to foreshadow more and more of his failures in ways that we have never seen before. Now, what I honestly think is most interesting about this entire song is what it represents for the direction Drake is going to be going in for the rest of this summer. Because with the way he has been moving online, to the way it's so clear that he's still trying to fight back with Kendrick in his own
And Drake talking about he coming back with summer tunes, but it's like, nigga, I'll tell you right now, I done did a lot of shit this summer. More than normal. The song this summer is not like us. If you're in any establishment where living, breathing people are, and not like us comes on, you will immediately feel an energy change for the better. Niggas get to not like
ways. I think it's inevitable that he will only release more new music from here, but I think these songs are proof that at least Drake is going to be staying away from rap for some time, and with everything he has been leaning into, I'm going to make a prediction that we are going to end up getting another project like Drake's Honestly Nevermind, and maybe even a full-fledged sequel, which his entire purpose will be to shift the entire narrative around him in this moment and give people those summer vibes that may help them forget about how scathing Not Like Us is. But if this project is anything like these songs,
vibes,
I don't think this, or really any project from Drake, will do anything to help him.
This nigga Drake is with every industry plan. Every guy who the record labels are clearly just spending copious amount of money to make us believe they're famous. You know, you're not slick of fantastic hip hop.
Would have just went into
I know what you was on.
It's clear that this spiraling individual who
Except
cannot
for
stay out
21.
of the limelight because his whole worth seems to be based off optics and the impressions of others will only continue to risk hurting his reputation more and more instead of taking time to do the one thing that may just help him out in the long run: sitting down and reflecting. So let me know, what do you think of these new records in the never-ending downfall of Drake? And how do you think they compare to everything he's been up to? And do you think they help him any bit? I can't wait to hear what you have to say. And if you want to see how Kendrick Lamar just saved West Coast hip-hop, check out the suggested...
And I ain't gonna lie, Adonis has become conscious for the worst parts of his dad's career. Like, bro, if you would have been alive just like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, at the same exact age, would have been way more enjoyable for you. This nigga Kendrick done dropped the diss track of all time. You in it, man. This was certified fine check. Come another reaction. Remember here, pink music video by me right there. Pal, click on it. Show me some love. You watch the video as long as you didn't hit that thumbs up button. You're a hoe. So stop being a hoe. KB the family, love y'all. Salute. I'm out of here.